ARMY. Have you ever seen someone trying to hide their tears in front of tens of thousands of people, but one person immediately noticed? That's what happened to Jungkook at BTS's final concert in Europe. While many fans were focused on enjoying the incredible performance on stage, fans' cameras captured something far more emotional. Jungkook was seen trying to hold back his emotions and wiping away tears behind his sunglasses. But what ARMY can't stop talking about this moment is Taehyung's reaction. From the way Taehyung kept looking at Jungkook, walking backward to check on him, to the viral moment of silent communication through a pair of glasses, everything made fans believe that Taehyung immediately realized what Jungkook was feeling that night. Was it just a coincidence? Or was there a reason why Taehyung kept checking on Jungkook throughout the concert? Let's discuss the emotional moment that left ARMY in tears and unable to move on from BTS's final concert in Europe. Hello ARMY lovers, welcome back to Taekook's story. There are some moments in the world of K-pop that require no words to touch millions. No long speeches, no dramatic confessions, not even interactions that last for minutes. Sometimes, all it takes is a brief look, a small gesture, or a single act of affection that emerges naturally amidst a sea of stage lights. And that's exactly what many ARMYs felt after witnessing the emotional moment between Taehyung and Jungkook at BTS's final concert of their European tour. That night was supposed to be a celebration. The stadium was filled with tens of thousands of fans from various countries. Cheers echoed from every corner of the arena. Song after song was performed with incredible energy, as BTS always does at every concert. But beneath the excitement, many fans began to notice a different atmosphere surrounding the members, especially Jungkook. As the final concert in Europe, that night marked the end of a long and memorable journey. For weeks, BTS had been moving from city to city, meeting ARMYs from all over the world, creating moments that will be remembered forever. As such a meaningful journey nears its end, emotions are naturally hard to avoid. From the beginning of the concert, some fans noticed that Jungkook seemed calmer than usual. He kept smiling, interacting with the audience, and still delivering a remarkable performance. However, there was something about his expression that made many suspect he was holding back intense emotions. Fans' attention was drawn even further when videos from the audience showed Jungkook repeatedly wiping his eyes behind his sunglasses. Many suspected he was trying to hide his tears from the cameras and from the thousands of eyes staring at him. For a performer accustomed to performing on a large stage, holding back emotions might not be new. But that night felt different. This wasn't just about finishing another concert. It was a temporary farewell to Europe, to the fans who had accompanied them throughout their tour, and to the memories created in each city they visited. Jungkook seemed determined to remain strong. He continued with the choreography, continued to complete his part in the song, and continued to display the professionalism that has earned him so much admiration. But as is often the case in emotional moments, there are things that can't be completely hidden. And apparently, someone immediately noticed it. Taehyung. Many ARMYs then shared various video angles showing how Taehyung seemed to be keeping his eyes on Jungkook throughout the night. What surprised fans wasn't one specific moment, but rather the consistency of that attention. In one of the most talked about clips, Taehyung is seen walking backward on stage while glancing at Jungkook. At first glance, it might seem like a normal thing. However, when the video was replayed and examined more closely, many realized that the glance seemed like a checkup. It was as if Taehyung wanted to make sure Jungkook was okay. What made the moment even more interesting was the fact that moments later, Taehyung looked back at Jungkook. For many fans, it wasn't a coincidence. They felt that Taehyung was indeed aware of Jungkook, was trying to control his emotions. Other circulating videos showed a similar pattern. During several parts of the concert, Taehyung was seen repeatedly searching for Jungkook's position with his gaze. There were no grand gestures deliberately made to attract attention. There were no flashy actions. It all looked very natural. It was precisely because of this naturalness that many ARMYs felt touched. Amidst a packed concert schedule, choreography to memorize, lyrics to sing, and tens of thousands of fans to entertain, Taehyung still seemed to take the time to check on someone important to him. Another moment that went viral that night was their interaction, which fans later dubbed silent communication. The interaction involved a pair of glasses and lasted only a few seconds. But like many small moments between Taehyung and Jungkook before, fans immediately took notice. In the circulating video, there appears to be a silent communication between the two. There were no microphones to pick up the conversation. No explanation was given. But after the brief interaction, Jungkook is seen tucking his glasses into his jacket in a gesture that made many fans smile. For some, it might have been just a normal act. But for ARMY, who have followed BTS for years, the moment felt different. They saw two people who seemed to understand each other so well that they didn't need many words to communicate. Comments on social media immediately began to pour in. Many said their chemistry that night was incredibly strong. Some called their connection so natural. Others said they couldn't stop rewatching the video because the small gestures felt so genuine. What made it all the more emotional was the context of the night itself. This wasn't just any concert. It was the final night of BTS's European tour. As the show drew closer, the emotional atmosphere began to intensify. The members seemed to be savoring every moment on stage. They lingered over their fans. They paid attention to every corner of the stadium. They tried to capture as many memories as possible before the night ended. It was at this moment that many believe Jungkook's emotions finally began to become unbearable. As someone known for his love of the stage and his fans, it's not hard to imagine how hard it was to say goodbye to a journey that had provided so many beautiful memories. And while Jungkook tried to hide his sadness behind a smile and sunglasses, many ARMYs felt that Taehyung was one of the first to notice. Taehyung's attention that night reminded many fans of other moments throughout BTS's career. Over the years, fans have seen countless small interactions that show how the members care for each other. They've gone through trainee days together, faced uncertainty, achieved global success, and spent much of their lives together. That kind of connection certainly creates an understanding that's hard to describe in words. Perhaps that's what made that night so special for many. Because what they saw wasn't just two colleagues performing on stage. They saw two people who had spent years growing together. Two people who seemed to be able to understand each other's mood swings through a brief glance. Two people who, even in the middle of a huge concert, still noticed the little things that others might not notice. As more videos from various angles surfaced online, more and more fans became emotional. Some admitted to crying when they saw Jungkook wiping his eyes. Others said they were even more touched by how Taehyung kept checking on him. There was something very human about the moment. Amidst their status as global superstars, behind their grand concerts and incredible achievements, there are still human beings who feel sadness, emotion, and loss. And that night, all of those emotions were palpable. Perhaps that's why the videos went viral so quickly. Not because of any spectacular acts, not because of any big surprises, but because simple acts of concern are often the most touching. One look, one slowed step, one gesture to make sure someone is okay. Sometimes it's the little things like that that stick in the memory the most. As the stadium lights finally began to dim and the concert neared its end, many ARMY felt like they had just witnessed one of the most emotional moments of the tour. A moment that perhaps even those involved weren't fully aware of. But that's precisely why it felt so precious. Jungkook may have tried to hide his tears from the world. He may have wanted to remain strong until the concert ended. But that night, amidst thousands of lights and cheering fans, someone seemed to instantly recognize what he was feeling. And for many ARMYs, that's the part that touched their hearts the most. Because sometimes, the most beautiful form of caring isn't the one spoken aloud for everyone to hear, but the one that comes quietly, through a caring look, through unsolicited attention, and through the simple desire to ensure that someone significant doesn't have to face an emotional moment alone. BTS's final night in Europe may be over, but that small moment between Taehyung and Jungkook will live on in fans' memories for a long, long time. And every time the video resurfaces on their timelines, thousands of armies will likely feel the same thing. Warm hearts, teary eyes, and the belief that genuine care often speaks louder than words. And in the end, it wasn't the grand concert, the stage effects, or even the songs that left the biggest impression on many armies that night. What's most memorable is the simple moment when Jungkook tried to hide his tears, and Taehyung seemed to immediately notice that something was different. The small glances, the natural concern, and the way Taehyung kept making sure Jungkook was okay are proof that sometimes the most precious moments don't require words. Amidst thousands of people packed into the stadium, that genuine concern touched the hearts of millions of fans around the world. What do you think, Army? Did Taehyung immediately notice Jungkook's emotional state? Or was there another moment from the final European concert that made you cry too? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for the latest BTS and Taekook updates, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any more sweet and emotional moments. See you in the next video, Army. Borhi.
What you wanna do?